Hello, I'm Anna Kasatkina and you're watching InstaForex News. Last week, the yen proved itself as a major currency shelter when the US dollar fell to a 15-year low against the Japanese currency, at the same time having strengthened versus other opponents. The growing unwillingness of investors to risk amid the sharp revaluation of the world economic advance outlook vividly supported the US dollar, though it brought even more profit to the yen. The Japanese currency surged versus the euro and other high-profit currencies, and it kept the started in May upside movement against the US dollar. The events on the market which happened last week also added the US dollar response to yield in the pair versus the yen. The profitability of the US Treasury bonds decreased amid the market distortions. Thus, the yield of 10-year government bonds reached the lowest mark since April 2009 at 2.687%, and two-year bond yield declined to the low of 0.486%. In the short-term outlook, the yen will hardly continue its strengthening versus the US dollar. However, the situation when the prospects of the global economic growth are questioned is when the yen will be likely to succeed in the pairs versus other currencies. A growing opposition of the investors to risk acts as a key moving factor of the yen uprise against the US dollar. The taken on Tuesday decision by the InstaForex to reinvest the revenues from the papers secured by mortgages with expiring date of maturity into the Treasury bonds, which was accompanied by downgrading the assessment of the American economic growth, has become a beginning of a large-scale expectations decrease regarding the world economic uprise. A flow of weak data from the USA, China, Japan and other countries escalated the concerns of investors as to the growth, having made them the main topic on the world markets last week. Nevertheless, the US dollar plunged from May peak versus the yen by around 11%. Still, some analysts suppose that it has room for further falling. Moreover, in the pair versus the US dollar in August, the yen is also supported by seasonal trading tendencies. The indicators for the period since 1990 are demonstrating that this month is favorable for the Japanese currency against the US dollar. Keep in touch with the latest financial news provided to you by InstaForex. Thank you and goodbye.